If you thought Sheffield Wednesday's FIFA 20 ratings were bad, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to FIFA 21. If you're looking for the quick answer and you're trying to build a career mode, don't go with Sheffield Wednesday. It's not any better this year, but I feel like I have to make this video every year now, talking about my team being Sheffield Wednesday and how poorly we are rated on FIFA. It's probably a little bit understandable this time, but still, we were low last year. This is worse. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm recording this probably the day it's come out, actually. The day before early access. I get my hands on the game, hopefully tomorrow, so we can start looking at in the content. But the database has leaked the day before, so let's have a look at our goalkeepers. We've still got Kieran Westwood there. He is our highest rated goalkeeper at 72. However, he's not played in real life, so he is our highest rated goalkeeper, and he's not actually played by Sheffield Wednesday, so that's wonderful. He is a silver, used to be a 75, last year was a 74, that's when he first became a silver, and now he's gone down. Only 2 ratings for not playing for pretty much most of last season, so there's that. Next up, we've got Paul Jones and Josh Render. So Render is a new card for us, 54 overall, might have good potential, be interesting to see when he gets in there. He's 20 years old, so if you're looking for a keeper you're going to pump those training sessions into, might be a decent one. He probably has a potential around 80. You could probably get him a little bit better than that if you get him into a Prem winning side and he's consistently performing. I would have a look at him. He's probably the Wednesday keeper with the most promise from there if you get him in the training sessions early. And then obviously you've got Paul Jones, who is he still at the club? I've no idea. And then we've got our 2 actual keepers, our number 1 and number 2. They're kind of rotating cup keeper at the minute. Dawson and Wildsmith. Dawson is 68. Wildsmith is 65. So this is a weird one. Dawson has gone up to, so he's a silver rare still. He was 66 last year. It looks like his diving's gone up from 65 to 66. His handling's gone from 63 to 66. His kicking's gone to 68 from 58. Which is weird. His reflexes have stayed the same, his speed has stayed the same, and his positioning has stayed the same. So it's the diving, handling, and kicking, boosted him up to a 68. His handling's actually got worse from 62 to 59. His kicking's gone from 68 to 62, so it says he's got worse kicking than Dawson, when actually I think kicking's one of Wildsmith's strengths. His reflexes have gone down 1. His speed has stayed the same, and his positioning's actually gone up 1. So they've balanced his card out. He might be more of a desirable silver now, but I don't really understand that. You could easily put him on par with Dawson, and Dawson 68. It's probably fair. But the Wildsmith one, I don't understand that. Moving on to defenders. 3 defenders that weren't in our squad in Ultimate Team last season. Isaac Rice, Urigidi, and Josh Dewodu. 50 and 51 centre-backs. And then you've got Urigidi, who's also a centre-back at 57. Urigidi might be one of those that we can fill full of the training sessions, and he could be decent going forward. So it's nice to see them actually get cards in the game. Whether they're usable, not really. So Penny's had a successful loan spell last season, and FIFA have rewarded him with just a point, just 1 rating higher. So he's gone from a 63 to a 64. His pace has gone up 1 from 73 to 74. His shooting stayed the same. Passing stayed the same. Dribbling has gone up 1. Defending has stayed the same as well. I thought that was going to go up as well. And the physicality has stayed the same. I'm not going to go into the specific stats. You can check that out yourself. But I think Penny is probably around a 66, 67. Shouldn't be a 64. Wrong in my opinion. Especially with that passing ability. 60 passing, he can whip a crossing. Looking at our fullbacks, we've just got... on this list, we have got Adebayo and Palmer. And they're both right backs, even though Palmer does play left back as well now. Scottish international Palmer, he's gone up to a silver rare. He was a silver common last season, 67. He's now 68 overall, but Adebayo has stayed at a 69 and has stayed higher rated than Palmer. I think that's a little bit unfair to Palmer in fairness, because I think he is our best fullback. It also means that our wing backs haven't been included, so our players that play at wing back have not been put as wing backs, which is a blessing, maybe, for people who want to use them as wingers on FIFA. I know you can change the positions now, though, so that might be a thing that isn't as relevant anymore. The only thing that's changed for Palmer is he's got a +1 on defending, so they must have boosted his stats. If I click into the card, I'm sure it'll say it a little bit more That's the only one that has gone up from his card last year, but it's got him a silver rare. Let's move on to our centre-backs, and that is where we see the most change. We're going to start with our new boy, Che Dunkley. I'm very disappointed in what they've done to Che Dunkley because he got a 78 inform card for a Team of the Week last season. That's clearly not been considered because they've actually downgraded him. He was a silver common last year. Oh no, he might have been a silver rare. I might be lying to you. Or an uncommon. But he was a 70 overall centre-back, and now he's a silver rare 68 centre-back. I don't understand that. Why have you downgraded him? I know he had the injury and he's moved to a new club, but I just feel like they've done him a little bit there. And because of his age, in career mode, you're not going to get much out of him. So they've kind of ruined Dunkley for Wednesday fans in that game. They've dropped his pace 2. They've actually raised his shooting 2. They've dropped his passing 1. They've dropped his dribbling. His defending has gone down from 69 to 68, and his physicality has gone from 75 to 76. So he's got more physical stats. What strength is he? Because I might be lying to you, and you might be able to use him. 84 strength. Fair enough. You can start him in your team. He will not play us off the ball, but that pace, 54 acceleration, sprint at 60 sprint speed, he's not going to be one you want to keep in your career mode for long. But if you're building a silver team, he's got that championship English link, he might be decent. Now, moving from a 68 rated right back to a 71 rated centre back is Iorfa. Now, this is the best thing I have seen from our team so far in terms of upgrades, and I think it's fair. They've kept his pace at 83, which is good to see. He's still a silver rare. He's actually probably our best prospect on FIFA, arguably. They've made his shooting worse, which is a bit weird because it means we're gonna lose a little bit with clearances. His passing has gone from 58 to 58, so great there, great work. Even though he runs out of the box and he's a ball-playing defender, we'll keep his passing the same. I think that could have done with a little upgrade. His dribbling has stayed the same. His defending, however, has gone up from 65 to 70, and his physicality has gone from 76 to 77. He's also got a strength stat of 84, so he's going to be a little bit of a beast. That's gone up from 82 last year. His jumping's got worse, though. It's gone from 48 to 43. His interceptions have increased. They've gone to 69 from 66, so he will be good at picking up the ball. His tackling's gone to 72 from 69. His sliding tackle's gone to 71 from 65, so he is more of a centre-back. They have adjusted him to be a centre-back now. They've actually done his sprint speed a little bit. His sprint speed's gone from 88 to 87, but his acceleration is still 77, so 83 overall pace. Not bad for a centre-back. I think Iorfa is one that you have got to have in there. You've got to have him in there somewhere. He'll be decent in most careers, early stages. But then again, even in the last FIFA, I moved him to centre-back, even though he was a right-back. And he was a solid sort of 76, 77, 78 player. And I used him in the Prem for lesser important matches down the line. So definitely one to have in your squad. Tom Lees is one that's been downgraded, but also been given a silver rare from a regular silver. So I don't know what the situation is there, but we seem to be getting... Hang on. This might be inaccurate because all of these are showing up as silver rares. It might just be the new card design. So don't take that as gospel. But looking at last year's, it's the wrong design. This might be because I'm a day early. So take the silver rare stuff with a pinch of salt. I'll just tell you the rating. So Lees has actually been downgraded to 70 overall. It's probably fair. He didn't feature that much. Stripped to the captaincy. Makes sense. Julian Borner, however, why are you downgrading him? Because yes, he's not been great at the start of this season. He was 72 overall last season. It's come to us and he's been given a 71, even though I think he was one of our better players last season. The hits come in his defending stat. He's lost one off his defending. His physicality stayed the same, which is good, I guess. It's all in that defending pretty much. His passing's actually got better, so they've taken some of his defensive stats and made him a 71 overall. He's still probably our best choice, really, if you're going to lump him next to Iorfa and play him and Dunkley as a back three. But I am a bit disappointed in the reduced defence stat. Moving on to midfielders. Some bronzers that didn't have cars last season. Waldock, Grant, Shaw, and Alex Hunt. Alex Hunt being 56 overall, so he's actually an ultimate team as well as the regular game now. So that will be very interesting. I think Alex Hunt is somebody that you can, early on, again, if you are going to like a League 2 squad, sign him and work your way up with him. And I think he could be quality. His pace is in the 60s as well. It's base in the 60s. Same with Liam Shaw. Liam Shaw's 52 overall, but he's high 60s in pace. So if you've got them as base stats that are decent, worth looking at. I don't think Alex Hunt will have a great strength stat, in fairness. No, his strength's awful, 33. So you're looking at an attacking mid there, probably converting to a cam. But Liam Shaw's actually 52 overall there. Looking at his base pace stats and base physicality stats, he's probably our best prospect in terms of the bronze cards in the midfield. Pelopessis stayed the same, 68. This is an absolute travesty. Massimo Luongo has gone from 73 overall to 71, and he's still a central defensive midfielder when obviously he plays more of a box-to-box midfielder for us. I don't get that, because even since the restart, he's been our best player. Maybe it's on the case of last season. It was inconsistent. We didn't play him in the way he was playing him now. But they've reduced his dribbling one, which is unfair in my opinion, because it's still one of his best assets. His defending's actually gone down one as well. So that means he's lost some defensive stats, which is going to be annoying when you're trying to pick up the ball, especially if you have to play him as a central defensive midfielder to start. They've reduced his physicality. He has had quite the downgrade to lose those 2 points. He was one of our better players, one of our best players on the last FIFA. Not happening this year, but hopefully we can do something with him in-game. A player with an upgrade for us, Izzy Brown. Obviously, he didn't play for us last season, but his Luton card was a 70 overall. He's gone up to 71 overall after a decent loan spell. A very good player. He will be our card all season as well, which is ideal. But in Korea, I'd say sign him. I'd say try and get him signed. He would just be solid for this team. He's one of our better players on FIFA, and it's nice to see someone new come in with an upgrade. It makes our squad a little bit better. A card that's pretty much stayed the same, other than losing a bit of pace, a bit of shooting, and the positions changed. So the rating stayed the same. We've got Kachunga from 71 overall when he was at Huddersfield to a right midfielder, because he was on the right wing there, to a 70 overall right midfielder. I don't really have too much to say on that one. He is going to be as usable as Harris has been on the previous FIFAs. Where is Harris? Oh, Harris is now an attacker. They've put wingers in attack. Fun. But yeah, the midfielders, they've not really... I don't really know why they put him as a right midfielder, especially because he's more of a centre-forward for us. He is a centre-forward for us. He's not in the right position. Hopefully we can fix that and improve our attacking options, because we'll get there in a minute. They're not looking good. Last from the midfield is my favourite Wednesday player at the minute. And you know who it is, it's Barry Bannon. He's had a downgrade. He's gone from 74 overall to being 70, not 63, that would be a travesty. 73 overall. I don't think it's fair. I think he had a solid season. He was our best player in a lot of matches. Often goes understated. Certain part of the fan base like to attack him now. Same certain fan base that attacks every player. But he's definitely somebody that didn't deserve a downgrade. And I'm quite sad to see him have one, because he'll only be usable in the first couple of seasons now, if that. But he's still usable. 73 is not bad. I just don't agree with the decision. Oh, did a Wigan fan make these ratings? Josh Windass has gone from a 70 overall to a 68 overall, despite starting this season on fire. And towards the end of the last season, really performing for us. It's probably the injury in there, but he's gone from 70 to 68. His shooting stayed the same at 67, but it must be, yeah, it's his passing that he's lost, 65 to 64. His dribbling has stayed at 70. His defending has stayed at 35, and his physicality has gone from 66 to 64. So I don't understand that. I really don't understand the downgrade. And Josh Windass becomes one of those that is also going to be a pain in the arse on FIFA. We get this every year. Okay, so now we are into attackers with Windass there. We'll just have a quick look at Ben Hughes, 54 overall. Another one that didn't have a card for us last season, now has a card. Good to see the youngsters come and get these cards. The actual youngsters that had cards last season aren't with the club anymore. So that shows how many youngsters came through last season. Next downgrade, I might as well just say next downgrade, because next downgrade is Jordan Rhodes. He's gone from 71 overall to a 69 overall. I can't say it's undeserved. He's not had a great season for us last season. He was very hit and miss. He got that hat-trick, that was it. He got an inform, but for the rest of the season, he wasn't really at it. So I can see that one. That's the first one I've agreed with. However, he has started the season decently for us, so maybe he'll get a mid-year upgrade, but then again, they forget about anything that's not in the Prem, so probably not. Finally, an upgrade. Harris has gone from 68 to 71 overall on that left wing. A usable card, a very usable card. Pace at 85, 58 shooting, 62 passing, 75 dribbling, 27 defending, and 58 physicality. His physicality is a concern if you're trying to use someone who's going to beat a man, but I think he is one that's got 4-star skills. Let me just double check that for you. No! No, he does not. I'm lying to you. He had 3-star skill moves and a 3-star weak foot. He's now got 2-star skill moves and has kept the 3-star weak foot. So a card that I thought was actually going to be usable is going to be an issue now, because he's basically a pace machine and his dribbling's kind of there. He's got 87 balance. His ball control 72, not the best. His shooting's absolutely terrible. So I'm hoping we can convert him to a left wing back. But then again, he's got interceptions of 29, defensive awareness of 25, standing tackle 26, and sliding tackle 28. So unless they do some stat shifting, if he gets a position modifier, we're in trouble with Harris. He looks decent as a winger, but I'm annoyed that they've put 2-star skill moves. That kind of kills any usability. But career mode, stick him in. If you sim in matches, it won't really matter. And the last card to look at is the man who is now a centre forward, but apparently not on FIFA, is Adam Reach. Because let's be honest, he shouldn't be a centre forward in real life. Get on the wing and use that left foot, Adam. He's gone from a 73 to a 72 overall. So here's our last downgrade and our last card of the video. Pace has gone from 77 to 76. Shooting has gone from 70 to 69. Passing has stayed at 70. Dribbling has stayed at 73. Defense has gone down from 64 to 62, which is annoying because he can be played as a wing-back. Well, first card we used, he was a killer wing-back. I loved sticking him at wing-back because he could do a job there. His physicality has gone from 71 to 70 overall. So it is a downgrade for Adam Reach. He's still on the wing. That's a terrible card for a winger, I'm just saying. However, if they put him as a centre forward, he will be one of the better centre forwards if they increase those stats, because 65 finishing, lads. What's that all about? And 77 long shots. Surely that should be in the 90s from 2 seasons ago, and that's all we've got to hold on to now, Wednesday fans, because that's the life at the minute. But yes, it's been very interesting to actually delve into the FIFA 21 ratings for Sheffield Wednesday. Any other teams you'd like to see me have a look at? Let me have a look. Obviously, I know a lot about Wednesday, hence why I went into Wednesday early on. But it's not going to be great to make a career mode from them. It's going to be a lot of new signings, I think. Let me know what you think about the ratings. Have some players been done, or is it deserved after a pretty poor season last season towards the latter half of the season anyway? Have FIFA basically done their research, or have they not really looked into it? What do you think on that one? I will be sure to let you know more when I get my hands on the game, because I'm buying it full price, so I can let you know what I think about it like an idiot. But for now, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things, and keep watching right here on Dexterity Box.